Niulize, ukisha add weight, mama muscles zishaanza kupop. Mbona uvae shati ya sister yako mdogo? Mbona trousers lakini lazima zikufinye kabisa.
Lazima mtie.
Mbona viatu lazima zikuwe zimekonda. You know, I don't get it. And you only see, alafu the worst part ni sale ame add plus waistcoat.
Kuna wase bado wanadunga waistcoat.
So you get into the concert and then the first thing, and everybody who saw me there, I told them, how the fuck am I going to see Thames from 2 kilometers away?
True.
When I pay for soft life, I want to see the glistening of her thighs. I want to be showered with like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. As in, I want when she said burning and I'm over here. When she comes to the microphone, she like, yeah.
That girl can sing.
They put me.
You want a fluid performance.
I watched the whole. Is it fair if you pay for a soft life ticket, 12,000 bob, right? And then you get to see the performance on a screen.
Guys on Twitter were so disappointed. Guys thought Thames was gonna rock. Akina nyinyi.
Walisema ati amedunga kama
guys were like, she pulled up in a nini. She pulled up in a, what do you call it? She pulled up in a whole outfit.
The mics are blood clot open. Check. Select accent for the podcast. Calvin always late.
She look long legs. Unajua nini ni interesting? Manze tulikuwa tunaongelelea Wakisi alafu ukapiga simu. You know how trippy that shit is, bro.
That was nilikuwa naongea kero.
Ai. Ile nimeamini yenyewe Wakisi manze mko tu sawa.
Unataka kusema Sheila alikuwa pahali hapa na kibroomstick.
Alikuwa na watu wake manze, alikuwa na agents, alikuwa ametuma agents nikiongelelewa mahali. Uniambie.
Tell me.
Punde. Aish. No,
I know you want to keep. Do you want to keep this light or should we go dark?
Listen.
Fuck, let's go dark. Let's go.
No.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'll meet you at 9 p.m. What time do you sleep?
I sleep at 8:30.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk then. When you come back on the pod, you can tell them what we did.
Sawa, haina noma.
Haya.
Umesema sangapi?
I feel like depending on what part, you see how you're so nonchalant about the things that you speak. It speaks about what part of the country you come from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without having to say much.
Yeah.
Without having to say much.
All I'm saying is, don't play with what you don't know.
So
don't play with what you don't know.
Don't play with what you don't know.
Wait, that would be a great line to tell a babe. Don't play with what you don't know.
Don't play with
Nah, that's...
But every time a guy says that, it's the biggest bunch of...
Exactly, and you know it.
Wait, kabla tuanze, able to introduce pod. Listen, episode 326 of the mics are open. My name is Big C.
And Young.
Oh, I'm supposed to say,
yeah.
Yo, what's happening with these people, man? Like,
I don't know.
And let's do it again.
Okay.
All right.
Take two.
All right, take two. Episode 326 of the mics are open. Happy belated podcast day. Happy belated International Podcast Day.
Yes.
My name is Big C.
And Young.
And our guest for today.
Yes. Yeah. Making her debut. This is your debut.
First time ever.
Ajai
kuja hapa bwana.
Long overdue. Yeah.
It's Kwambox, baby.
Yes, sir.
Kapow.
You gotta say kapow. Yeah, man. Nilikuwa nadhani utaingia na t-shirt imesema kapow.
Mafanzo wenye wanaochi najua amevaa.
Anawakilisha manzi, anawakilisha. Brand iko strong.
Brands, najua right now somebody's enjoying this tea, sipping on a kapow, you know, mug. So.
Wearing a kapow ngodha. Yeah. But that's, you know, like those ngodhas that used to say sexy. Kapow.
Oh my God. Lakini since umeipeleka huko manze, are these some of the things that you usually pale kwa bedroom ukishapiga finishing move manze, finish him, kapow.
What?
Wait, see, we've already agreed. I'll see you later. You relax.
Kapow kila siku manze. Wewe kama una finishing move pale kwa bedroom, ile fatality. Ile unajua ukimweka hii position manze, it's game over.
But like,
and then now you have that thing that you say at the end. Like, you know, pale kwa 300 when nigga said this is Sparta. Not that one. Yeah.
This is Sparta.
Yeah. But here's the question. Okay, we know which part you play in the whole bedroom scenario. Receiving, but like this is all I'll say, right?
Yeah.
I think with just how you've described the bedroom, it's so monofaceted.
Right? Hey, damn,
because at the end of the day, I think we were all here when everybody was shocked with Didi just sitting in the corner. So, like, what is Didi's finishing move? I came, I saw, I conquered. What I'm trying to tell you is that, no, you're the one who brought it. So let me finish it for you, right? So when it comes to kapow, right, in your mind, you'll just say, oh my God, that's just... But then there's a guy who's watching around and say, oh my God, could you kapow me? Because most guys who, when they see a tall girl like me, they start to fantasize, right? Like a guy wants, he wants to be whipped. He wants to be... I know there are people who are watching right now. Only whip. A woman is just supposed to keep quiet. But, bro, is this my camera?
I didn't know it.
It's so possible that you have never had a sexual encounter before, my guy. You need to start learning how to, just let her play her part. Si kila siku unakuwa the king in the house, in the bedroom pia. You're missing out on opportunities. All I'm trying to tell you is that if you want to have conversations about sex in public, there's over 6 jillion ways that it can, what somebody calls sex. So every time you talk about sex, you highlight what you don't know about sex.
I've
literally just come from a conversation and someone was telling me they bought a whole swing because they're going on a fast sex date. Like now they've known each other and this is going to be their first sexual encounter.
A swing?
Exactly.
What do you mean
I'm here for the antics. Ile uneka kwa mlango ama?
My guy.
Ama the one you katikati ya room.
And then, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So now if you're saying ati kapao, where does that come in? Say umegagiwa uso.
God damn.
Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I thought that sounded
yeah. So now
a swing.
That's random guy who him or that babe who their thing is just they like to sit in a corner and they just love watching their person.
What's the I is it voyeurism? Is that voyeurism? I don't judge the kink.
A lot of let me tell you something. Now that you've brought it here,
let's go.
A lot of Kenyan men are voyeurists. Yeah, I said it. In fact, listen, let me tell you, and I think I've spoken about this before. I'm a millennial. Like I grew up in this city, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever use a public bus?
Yeah.
Did you ever use a public bus? Right? Yeah. You don't fucking want to use a public bus with men. Especially the ones where you are cramped up like this. Men just come and rub their dicks on the back of your nini. And literally, you're getting from school, you have come. Right? That's voyeurism. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So, and we know you're not enjoying yourselves. If you were, marriages would be succeeding.
You know, I've heard that story of guys in buses wanking and looking at babes.
I've literally seen somebody sit in a bus. I think I was like class 7. And I was wondering what my eyes are actually seeing. Can you imagine?
There's a time some shorties put a clip up on Facebook and IG. Pale Tao, which street was this? I forget the name of the street. Malinini ilikuwa. These clubs that were shut down. Tribeca and them lot.
Silk, Nini. Ilikuwa Tribeca na Mojos, eh?
Apo tu manze, just over there, some shorties are just standing and they captured a guy leaning against a street sign, but he's got his pants open amefungwa. Bro, this is in broad daylight. Katikati ya tao, just watching some babes wamesimama stage, nigga is jacking off.
This happens a lot.
And I was like, how the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
It's because, and I've just said it, because in our minds, you think that everybody knows, okay, good night, tumelo kwa kitanda. And then you go and close the door. And then that's where it goes down. My nigga, wake up.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, people be doing crazy shit because at the end of the day, civility only comes when things are abundant.
Hey, manzi umeingia deep sana, man. I like it. Ningetaka kuona Sheila kwa episode moja ya Pop the Balloon or Find Love.
I already did one in the studio. We already did. Okay, but it was for jokes. It was for jokes.
But there's a Kenyan one, eh? There's a Kenyan one with Nani.
Barak Jacuzzi.
No, there's the one for Barack and there's the one for
Obina.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Obina has one. Yeah. And then there's another one that they did in the hood, eh? Like I don't know where. Oh, that shit is hilarious.
Funny as fuck.
But the one for Obina, they did some other mzee hapo. That guy looks like he should be in, he looks like he's knocking on 70.
No,
and they brought him.
Yes, I want to see this.
And the guy just showed up like this, a little cross-eyed. All the babes. I'm like, wow.
It's because he should have started with how much money he had.
Okay?
Yeah.
If you're gonna look broke, it better be just a look.
Make them ask for their balloons back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? After the guy starts saying because did he say how much he has?
I'm sure.
No.
I'm not saying but that all women want his money.
He just looked like
security.
But you know, he just looked like. Do you remember like back in the day, primary school teachers wearing those pants that were not even they were baggy. It's like bad suits in the 90s. That's what he looked like.
You mean the clothes Gen Z are wearing now as style?
Yeah, as style. Like
that jacket your dad was a math teacher with. Now there's a baby body who's wearing these blankets.
They're back. They're back.
Do you think skinny jeans are gonna make like a comeback and things like?
Bro, I mean skinny jeans,
of course. I don't know what you're talking about comeback, but there's a lot of muscle guys in Nairobi. Is this my camera? Niulize, ukisha add weight, my muscles zishaanza kupop. Mbona uvae shati ya sister yako mdogo? Mbona trousers lakini lazima zikufinye kabisa.
Lazima mtie.
Mbona viatu lazima zikwe zimekonda. You know, I don't get it. And you only see alafu the worst part ni sale ame add plus waistcoat.
Kuna wase bado wanadunga waistcoat. Leo nikiwa town. Today I was in town, right?
Speaking about someone specific.
Honestly, like we know all about that. Look, Omanyala is my guy, but like he always wears tight clothes, man. I know you were with him, like
Nilo and see me.
No, yeah. He, like, guys who are like that, who have that build, for some strange reason, love very tight clothes. I don't get it.
Yo,
no,
it's a thing, but you know it's a bodybuilder.
Yeah, guys who look like that.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a science around clothes. For example, if you're big, you can't wear white because white doesn't streamline your body, right? There's some guidelines on colors that you wear. For example, black makes you look much slimmer, right? Yes, there's some cuts which if you are short, don't, right? But if you're muscled and you're tall, it brings the nini. Sa maze uko 5'5" no na tufinyia kitu.
You relax, man.
You know,
I'm just like the guy can't even point the direction because shati tararuka.
You know,
hapa nikisneeze game over.
My friend,
today
naweza kuchapa na nini button kwa macho.
Venye nilikuwa na show leo, nilikuwa tao. And I've noticed this is a thing in Nairobi right now.
Right.
Men with masses. You know masses, right?
Masses mean
like a purse.
Purse, right?
Oh, okay.
Male, right? So anyway, so today, Nikotao, packed my moti, you know, this general packings, right?
Yeah.
Then I noticed this guy in front of me in like cut tighter than it should be, formal pants. Then he had like a knitted shirt or something. Then he had his mask, and then he had like leather slip-ons. And I was just like, I looked at that.
Was he Congolese?
He wasn't Congolese. He was very looking like a guy.
Of course,
flip-flops.
No.
Which Kenyan man is wearing flip-flops in an official outfit?
He looked very Western
West
Kenya.
African.
Western Kenya.
Potato.
This guy was straight from
Western Kenya.
He's wearing open shoes.
No,
it's like slide-ons.
Leather like you know, like crocodile skin.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like a nice slip-on that you can wear, but it's cut.
I know them ones you're talking about.
Which Kenyan men wear this?
There's a lot.
It sounds like
Nigerian.
But then you know, you guys act like you guys don't go to Tao. Have you guys seen these guys who work at these exhibition centers in Tao?
Burundi.
These guys who are fashionable, mpaka you're like, boss, why don't you? Are you guys usually in Paris? Fashion Week or what? Because hey, manzika kuna watu by the way, wacha nikwambie. Tao, hata venye guys over here sijui UST sijui nini. Watu town wa boutique. Those guys are the most fashionable. Even all of these guys who go to nini
Wadhi,
Gikomba ase mpaka kwani au soma magazine gani
wanatambua luku manze you know, style is something you either have or you don't have. Class is something you have or you don't have. Mimi nasema hivi, let people wear what they wanna wear, and on that note, make sure you check out Venance Gear. Umse akona kazi fiti sana, ndio ana handle social media, mics are open, utapata luku pale manze, but let people wear what they wanna wear.
Let people wear what they wanna wear.
But if it's too tight, we gotta ask because we care.
It's fine.
Like, how you gonna tell me we're gonna have kids when like the
I'ma show you.
Weka ice cubes up ndani ya trousers.
I'ma show you. Shit is hot.
No, and you know what? Ladies, I know a lot of ladies watch this pod. If like you guys if he's treating his seed like that, chances are you're not going to get the good seed to get a baby with. Okay? And now doctors are letting us know that when there's issues, chances are it's the quality of the seat.
Na kuonyesha vile nitakufinya pia wewe. Nitakufinya vile nafinya nguo yangu.
Hizi vitu ni mob. I'm old enough to have lived through to be told that, as Sheila said, tight jeans will squash you or whatever's.
Yeah.
Have you met Nairobi men who are just out here populating the planet?
Let me ask you.
Go.
How many kids do you have?
Imefika ile point ya podcast, acha nikae vizuri, acha nikae. Hebu fanya subscribe button hapo manze. This is what I've been doing.
You see that math teacher used to wear the baggy clothes?
Yeah.
How many kids does he have?
Nani mwalimu isabatia?
That guy, even if he sneezes in your direction, like ki accidento. Hey,
fertility 2.0.
My friend, Masai akikuangalia tu hivi.
Kwanza wa Masai bwana. Masai wa mine wakeroka bana. Unajua anakuaga tu amedunga kileso tu. Si keroka hiyo area yote.
Muuliza swali hapo lakini na Sheila tunangoja jibu.
No.
The ones that you know about.
One toy. Me I'm a guy for gumboots mbaya.
Iko kazi KE.
Bro.
Yeah.
No, there's no work.
Yeah,
so. Let me tell you, kids are expensive. Don't have them.
Oh yeah, we see that. Bro, mina najiuliza, do you know what I used to gauge? My salary. Because we're in the office with people who have families, people who have kids. Mimi vile na struggle wanga every time we're about to get paid. Amasa zile salary imechelewa, watu wana struggle trying to make ends meet. I always think about those people who have families. Mimi niko peke yangu.
You think about them? That's so good of you.
Yeah, bro, we think about them, bro. Cause
just say we.
Okay, by we,
your choice is your choice.
I mean me, myself and I, and anybody else who falls in that category of being by yourself, living solo dolo. You don't have these responsibilities of kids. Yes, pale mtaani madhe nini achana na black tax. Mimi naongelelea responsibility.
You know.
And I'm grateful. Siku yangu itakuja, lakini kwa bro, na school fees, clothes, food,
transport. Bro, trust me.
And then if you do all that and they have failure to launch, you know what failure to launch is? Ask Nairobi girls, right?
Wow.
Not in a bad way, but people be confidently asking you, come on a sleepover. Na kwa nyumba mama yake.
Sindio, na
you know what I'm saying?
Na kwani.
Kwani shida ni gani? What the fuck is the problem?
Si tuende kwa servants quarters, tuende kushoki tu real quick.
We si mother yako upstairs.
Maybe servants quarters ni watu wenye wanafanya kazi.
Sindio, tunaenda kufanya kazi, kwa tunafanya nini?
The people wenye wako hapa wanaosha nyumba.
Hata kuchoma inaitangwa extension. Kunaweza kuwa na extension. Umekiwa nyumba yako kando. It was initially built for the SQ, but since you manned up and you're like, hey, I need my own Simba.
Yes.
Unaelewa?
Simba.
See, that's what my guy is calling.
You see what I'm saying? And this is a big challenge. It's like if I have to wait for, if I have to wait for somebody who's waiting for their parent to build for them a Simba, right? This is the big challenge we're currently having, right?
Yeah.
Like I literally seen somebody speaking about this earlier, where I don't have a problem with you wanting to live in your parents' house. That's economy,
or next
it's fine. I get it, right? But then that also is going to limit you in the kind of access that you're going to have. Because for sure, I'm not coming to your parents' house. Number two, I've already seen your lack of.
Careful now.
Okay, let me put it in a way. Yeah. Imagine for a second you're a babe, right? Let's imagine you have a sister, right?
Okay.
Let's mention some of the things you want for your sister, right? You want her to have a man who's caring.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody who if she talks to you and tells you, I've just met this guy, he's living with the mom, I'm the one who usually buys the stuff, right? Like, would you encourage her?
Do you love the boy?
Maybe he's going through a season.
Yes. I've seen, even me, I know somewhere in my life there's a chance that I might move back home, stay closer to the family, because I'm not any more special than the next guy. Circumstances.
Guys, can you note? We're talking about failure to launch. I'm not talking about a guy who's tried and then it's failed. I'm talking about a guy who's just never made the attempt.
Bro.
We're literally sitting here talking. When we have an argument, your mama calls me. Man, nigga.
I know that's different.
This is what we're dealing with here in the city. I didn't say people who move back because of economy. I get that. I'm talking about failure to launch.
Yes.
You are 35. You have never left your parents' house. Literally, your mom is bringing us breakfast. Let me tell you something. A challenge with that is when you leave that, when I come in, I'm going to substitute your mother. You understand? All you know
fresh
is
fit. Gemini 90.
This is such situations are leading women to ask themselves, is it a must?
And
I mean, I'm taking care of myself. I have my own money, right? If it's Mjules, my guy. Just the same way you can get, this is Nairobi, okay?
Let me ask you something.
I can get some married guy, right? Because they're the most caring.
Fine.
No, I'm joking.
No,
but what I'm trying to say is, if we don't address these issues because we've made it like it's okay, right? Sasa, nitakuja na mama yangu to meet mama yako kwa nyumba yenu.
I have two questions. One, is this gender specific? And two, is it culture specific?
It's both, right?
Both. Okay.
Remember, we live in this world that's created rules by other human beings.
Yeah.
So my perception comes from what community has stated. And this is, it's easy to blame it. Oh, no, feminism. I'm like, can we address also the backwardness that has happened while we're trying to push ourselves forward? Why isn't Jonte also pushing himself forward? Like, he doesn't think me, I want to stay with my mom. He doesn't think me, I also want to take shortcuts and be taken care of by my parts. I can't, but I'm taking the responsibility to take care of myself. You're choosing to, it's easier, Mazi. And guys, let me tell you, I know you want to defend this, but we're living with a lot of men who are uninspired. How are we going to build a society with men who are uninspired? So women are having to take that responsibility. And then on top of that, the only people who seem like they have it figured out are people who are at least trying to take care of a family. And that's why you find married men are more attractive to girls. Because at the end of the day, I'm not necessarily just looking for Mjules. If it was Mjules, I'd never have this argument about Jonte living with his mom. It's not about that. If I'm in campus, if I'm in college, yes. But like once,
you right now.
Fuck no.
This conversation, right?
And also, just let me top up. Another thing, the reason why I'm so passionate about this, right?
Go.
Today there was stats, right, in Kenya, in the world, right? A woman is more likely to be killed by her own son.
Damn.
There. How many times, you're in media, right? How many times would you read a headline, right? Mother or daughter, or woman killed because she didn't cook ugali. Then you're looking at this Jonte. He's fucking 40. Nigga, what the fuck are you doing in your mother's house?
Now I'm with you. Right? She's speaking to that particular...
I'm talking to this failure to launch men.
Yeah,
right?
I'm with
I don't understand. Like, we were talking about kids. We started from kids. You said, taking care of kids. And then I just said, now umefikisha to 18, 19. Sawa, okay, fine. Go to uni, I'll pay for you or whatever. Or you can hustle for yourself. It's not a must, right? Yeah. You can hustle for yourself. But then you still have to take care of this person another 15 years. Now, I know what you're saying, but it's my mom. My girl, let me tell you. Right? Millennials have discovered that not everybody wants to be a parent. I've taken care of your ass. Right? Get out of my fucking house. I love you, but you're stressing me. And then on top of that, you don't know how to follow the laws. Your kingdom is your kingdom. So you imagine your sister moving in there and then now bringing other people. How will that...
To clash.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. You're an adult man. Fuck are you doing in my house? Like, I love you, but it's so disappointing to see you not launching.
I can love you over there.
My thing is this.
What is...
Here's the thing. Yes. This is one conversation that, unfortunately, what Sheila has said, it makes sense. But this is not going to be the conversation that ends all of that. There will be so many men and women who will go through that particular situation. And also, I like to say it on this podcast, we also address things from a point of privilege. There's a lot of people and a lot of circumstances that have drawn them towards that. You get? It could be their backgrounds, right? There's people who've actually tried, and you're saying failure to launch. They've tried and tried and tried, but the system is just shafting them. Unaelewa? Like, you know, like, and this is, it's interesting that you mentioned that. I was watching, there's a book I have at home, but yet I've never bloody read it, right? And he was talking about, you know, how unfair life can be at times, right? Mark Zuckerberg, right? When he was growing up, I don't know whether you guys know his story.
Which one?
His story. His
come up story.
Yeah.
Not really.
So Mark came from privilege. Right? So when I say he came from privilege, it's a sense that a lot of people don't know his dad was an actual dentist. A dentist, do you remember the Chris Rock joke? When he was talking about when he was neighbors with Jay-Z and who was the other neighbor? A dentist. He's like, what the fuck kind of teeth are you providing? Are you removing and what, right?
Yeah.
And to give you context to that, a dentist in America is making a substantial amount of money, right? And he liked computers at a tender age. So his dad, who had money and privilege and all of that, also liked a bit of computers because, he's growing up in the era when computers are now coming up and everything. Bought him a computer and he started to code at a very young age. So when he's even going to all of these schools, by the time you're even watching the movie Social Network and understanding everything about Facebook, you can see that he's coming from a point where things were set up nicely for him. So that's one. There's people who are coming into the world with situations that are already bad. And they're now like, okay, I've got to work double as hard or even triple as hard to get towards maybe even quarter what Zuckerberg has, right? So there's all of those different elements of life. And I still say there's an element of laziness, 100%. Guys who are just like, okay, cool. You understand? But please, let's not always just beat people down and say, hey, you failed to launch. Because I get what Sheila is saying, but there's a harshness that's also there for people who just have not blossomed at a particular age.
Some stigma that comes with it.
You get? And that stigma in society is so hard on some people because now they're just like, you know what? I've fucking given up. We can even start to talk about the suicide levels because some people look at it, they're like, hey, guys I went to school with. You like when you use that example again, there's guys who went to brilliant schools, brilliant people. They went to like some of, A students, right? You guys thought that there would be something. But saizi wako, it's like, what's that saying? C students are employing what?
The A students.
So there's so many ways to look at it. Like it can't be one answer that just says, you know what? A lot of men are fucking up.
Fits all.
But with that said, there's also a lot of women who are also just there. And there's also women who've also gotten men towards that kind of hardship of life. And there's men who've gotten women towards that hardship of life. And to sum it all up, the economy is fucked.
And these parents who are also about that. Because I remember, like my dad a while back, rest in peace to the mandem. Every time I used to have a conversation with my Cs about, Cheki, wouldn't you want like to move out? Live by yourself, kiasi, discover yourself, nini, and all that. First of all, my dad didn't want to hear those stories. So they used to, especially him, used to encourage maybe, let me say, enable my sister's thoughts and ideas of, let me chill here until I get married and move into somebody else's house. Right? And that's how her life turned out. Boom, boom, boom. Acha tuingie kwa mtu mwingine. So I'm not saying that this particular example is what I'm speaking to. I'm just speaking to these parents who are like that. Achana na hao wenye, ikifika time yes utatoka zini, wale wenye, they will do everything that they can, to make sure that maybe you're comfortable, you stick around for as long as you can. And it inhibits you. You don't grow your wings to fly. You don't go out there, discover yourself, because living by yourself, I think everybody who's lived by themselves can testify that it's one of the best things you've ever done. And the thought of going back home or moving back home almost doesn't even sit well with you. So on top of that, kuna wale wazazi ambao this is what they do, especially I think moms. Moms who, baby their sons.
They don't want you to go out there and struggle.
No,
I just want to add on to what you've said. And I think, Calvin, you kind of didn't get what a failure to launch is. A failure to launch is somebody who has the opportunity but just chooses not to. Right?
No,
and that's what I'm talking about. Just
those guys.
Hear me out. Failure to launch guys are the ones I'm addressing here. I'm not addressing somebody who is trying. Ukitry, I can't fail you. I can't fail you for trying. I mean, when I moved out of my folks' house, I've spoken about this. I moved when I was 21, and when I went for Big Brother, I mean, I didn't have a job. I resigned my job. At the time, I was working as a reporter, and I did Big Brother, and I came back. Sikwa jobo, and I wasn't about to start at now. My folks start taking care of me. I hustled, but then things didn't work out as quickly as I wanted them to, and I didn't have a job. What did I do? I moved back home. Right? I got my bearings correctly, and the moment I was good to move, I moved out. Right? So moving back is not what I'm talking about. And this isn't the issue that we're talking about.
Yeah.
You talked about how expensive it is to raise a kid.
Yeah.
But then imagine when the kid doesn't grow up. And that's the one we're addressing. There's a John T who's watching us right now. He has just served a full plate of his parents who have worked so hard. Economy buyer. Yeah. The mother has gone and hustled. The father is hustling at 70, right? And John T is there asking the mom, "Aujanunua tomato sauce. Unajua girlfriend yangu anakam." These are real men, my nigga.
Yeah.
These are real men.
Which I'm saying.
And this guy, we're still feeding him, paying taxes so that he can go to the hospital, so that he can remove for us gases. Yeah, and this nigga doesn't want to work. And even his sister, I'm not talking about only men. There are also women who've chosen.
Yeah.
Look, as working is hard. Can we just agree that? Like fitting into society is difficult for everybody. It's not easy for we show up every day, put on the facade, and we keep trying. But then this world has taught other people that, by the way, you can be someone else's responsibility. And the folks will not let go of you. There are folks who have had to do that tough fight where they move out and leave John T there by himself.
Yeah. I mean, there's folks who definitely...
Imagine, and it's not even their house, they're renting. He's he's auctioning the seats. You see what I'm saying? Now, these are the men we are meeting out here.
So, but anyway, in conclusion, there's definitely those guys who are trying. Kuna circumstance. I still insist. Nimekusikia venye umesema. Kuna circumstances, right? But there's just bare guys who are just hawana vision. Kunaelewa.
True.
Anyway, mi nataka the juice, nataka the tea. Leo ni lini? Kabla tuongee juu ya voter registration.
Leo ni first day of the month.
Naona venye watu wamelipwa Twitter wanasema, don't talk about blankets no more. Let's talk about voter registration. Let us shift the topic. Mulikuwa blankets. Where's my tea? I need. Wewe ulikuwa blankets. Ukaibiwa simu. Oh, pole bwana.
Calvin, are you uliibiwa simu ile day? Are you sure you want to be the guy doing that?
Yo, mimi sikuibiwa nikiwa blankets.
Kwanza hata hiyo ni worse. Uliibiwa na clear street.
Mimi niliibiwa
ukibadilisha ngoma.
Nilibadilisha
ngoma. Moja mali ibiwa akiwa bus.
Huyu alikuwa ameshikilia nini? Huyu alipatana na mapinji. Do you know mapinji? You guys were over here telling me.
Ulipatana na kina nani?
Mi wangu at least alikuwa na boda. There was the knowledge of, fuck, that guy has stolen my phone.
Wait, so literally you were walking and then the guy took your phone. But why do you run with your phone?
No, nyamaza nikusho bana. Nilikuwa
nabadilisha
ngoma.
Si ndio swali unaulizwa, mbona unaenda na simu kijog?
Wait, you don't use yours?
Have you ever seen me? You're the one, and I told you to stop taking a photo of me so that people can know where it is I run. I literally take a 2-week break just for my own security.
Oh, you actually don't carry your phone?
I never carry anything. I'm focused. I'm always in the moment.
Me lazima ni bebe. Kwanza
kurelax na tina.
No. For me, like I'm listening. I listen to devotional stuff. I listen to podcasts. These days I listen to music. So it's part and part of people have different routines.
Is this why you are not at blankets?
Me was not at blankets. Me blankets nilikuwa nishasema I'm not coming. I just wanted. By the way, first and foremost, right? Not. I don't know nothing about blankets. I've never been to blankets before in my life. So, what happened?
Disappointment. I paid for a soft life ticket.
Since I feel like you have more to say about this, let me get my shit off of my chest, Kwanza, because I feel like she has a whole rant that she's about to go on. Mimi nitasema tu hivi, tuleteni DJ kwa main stage, tuanzie hapo. We need a DJ
what
at the
main
stage.
What do you mean there's
no DJ? In between major performances at the main stage, like the best example I can use is in between, was it Toxic and Thames? There was like a 1 hour gap on stage. Yes, we get that you're trying to set up the stage for the next performance, which is a different conversation that needs to be had, right? But if you're going to have a 1 hour interlude between one performance and the next, at least entertain the masses are there. Don't give us a playlist of one song after another and a bipolar playlist at that. I love blankets. MDQ unafanya kazi fiti. Una put on wasanii. We're loving the local scene and everything about our culture iko pale. Tunai-embrace. Yo iko sawa. But there's more that can happen. I feel like the level of control imefika place ambayo, I feel like you're trying to do more for you than you're trying to do more for the guys who are attending. And and I don't know the reasons, so I can't even judge that. But tafadhali 1 hour umetuchezea amapiano moja, umecheza Asha, you remind me, you go into another R&B song, then you play Adele, then you get back into amapiano, you go into 3-step, you give me a hip hop joint. What are we doing here, man?
Hold up. So before Toxic Lyrical performed, was there another interlude?
So mi nilifika saa zile Toxic alikuwa actually Chimano. I got there when Chimano was performing, right?
So after Chimano was there, was it smooth?
Akuwa na time mingi sana.
But still there was
time mingi sana,
there was time.
Yes. So give us a DJ. DJ hapo anaweza piga set ya 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you come and tell people in between the interlude to go check out the other stage onja ambayo iko ile dunia ingine, ama go and refill your drinks, which getting drinks was also another hassle. Because wasi walikuwa na ngoja.
Is it true that the bar wasn't open? Till 4? Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Yeah, they started selling alcohol at 4 p.m.
4 p.m?
Yeah.
Hakuna network.
Ni Juni Sunday, ama?
That was a given. It was going to happen.
Yeah.
No, but you can support network. Boosters in concerts. That's
sasa mimi nilikuwa najiuliza ningeenda kubai kitu ningelipa aje. M-Pesa ni kama ngumu kwenda through, you know, like there's so much hassle. But me, my biggest thing was the interludes, bro, because kulikuwa na hiyo interlude between Toxic and Thames, and between Thames and Joshua Baraka.
And I've heard, so clearly there was a backstage issue, time management, right? So this is not something we've experienced before with Blankets, especially on the stage performance. Well, I've gone to I've gone for Blankets for over 10 years. So I've seen different, how they started with these announcements on stage, right? Which sometimes moves seamlessly. You never notice that there's no DJ on the stage because you've had such a beautiful performance and then a short interlude and then the next person.
Yeah.
But problems began once the program was already running behind schedule. And then you already have an international act who was supposed to go on stage at a specific time.
Yes.
Right? So by the time Toxic finished, because when I arrived, Chimano was already late on stage. Chimano was supposed to be on stage, but I think Zaituni was still, Nubia was still performing. And in my head, I'm like, okay, that seems that we're late.
Yeah.
We're like literally 1 hour behind schedule.
Yes.
So when Toxic leaves stage, that gap, my interpretation is that Joshua couldn't go on. I think he was supposed to perform for like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours. But because his time has been eaten into, it was going to push the time Thames was going. So they opted
to have Thames perform before.
Yes, and so she couldn't go before. It's not like you can be like, okay, since to me change, kuja sahi. You get, it's not a local act.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is you have to wait till her time, and then she goes on stage at her specific time and then leaves. And then after, I think whatever happened after me, I don't know, because I left. I literally wanted to see Joshua. Yeah, bro, I'm a millennial. I'm not working. I'm not making no money. What the fuck am I doing outside?
Before Joshua Baraka came to perform, mimi nilikuwa hapo. Ungedhani mimi ni mlevi. Nilikuwa tu hapa nagawa shamba mbaya sana.
So,
you know.
And you know, first, okay, now that you've gotten your stuff off your chest, let me just say
Wait. So yes, let me get this off of as well. I get kile event inakujanga na challenges zake. Hakuna event itakuwa ati 100% vile ulikuwa unataka ikue. Yes, I do get it. But for the next ones, si ati nimeenda Blankets mingi also. For the next ones, tafadhali, yo party ya DJ, tupatieni, entertain the guys who are there where you have them when you have them. Don't put them in a situation where naanza kupiga hesabu, naangalia ile place yenye nafaa kwenda kununua drinks, naangalia mali stage ya onja hii kwenda, I'm like, why can't I just be entertained over here? Maybe I don't want to go grab a drink. Maybe nilikuja kama nimejipanga. Now what? You get me? So yes, I do respect the fact that every event has its ups and its downs, and you'll need to do something about, you know, everything that didn't work out. But tafadhali, give us a DJ for the interludes. Nitavolunteer mimi. Nipige bag tuonge, we entertain the people. Because even the playlist that you are giving us, I promise you, even the DJs you'd have brought, awangecheza hizo mangoma zenye ulikuwa unacheza.
But also, here's the thing. Actually, now speaking about DJs, there's a DJ who was supposed to perform at the stage, Ite. So Ite actually put up a video yesterday saying that, yo, you know what? I've seen all of the complaints and everything. Yeah. And she was like, honestly, it was very disorganized, right? From the point of where we were being put on WhatsApp groups before, we thought everything would be organized. We're being asked, what's your rider? Do you need equipment? Do you need this? And her, she's not an ounce DJ, right? She needs like proper, like you get
open format.
She just doesn't need no controller, all of that.
But she's good with the Mapiano.
Yeah, when she got there, she didn't have decks. She said that she was like, yo. So
also, is this at the main stage or at Onja Onja? Cause I feel like they had preferred to, and she plays Onja Onja.
She was Onja Onja.
Now Onja Onja ilikuwa na DJ, so that's a different conversation.
Exactly. So her she was like, me, you didn't cater. Get so nimewapatia what my technical requirements are. But you didn't service them. So she put up that post and was just like, yo, me was ready. She said she was so just pissed. She didn't even wait for all of the performances and what. Yeah, katoka tu akainua.
That was I think for me, the problem started at the gate, right? So the previous day, I talked to a friend of mine and I was like, okay, see, we go for Nini. And he's like, hey, I asked about that soft life. I don't think there's anything that's going to be, there. But then I said, look, you want to be at a concert. I love Tem so much. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to follow her to another country to see her. I love her.
This was it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether like her hype is enough for me to travel, to go see her. So she's here. I'm going to pay for it. So I got to the concert and at the gate, the normal tickets were moving faster than the soft life, right? So literally, I'm standing there like, okay, first I've already walked 25 kilometers, which I don't have a problem with. Anyway, you go abroad for a concert, you go walk, right? So you get into the concert, and then the first thing, and everybody who saw me there, I told them, how the fuck am I going to see Thames from 2 kilometers away?
True.
When I pay for soft life, I want to see the glistening of her thighs. I want to be showered with like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As in, I want when she said burning and I'm over here. When she comes to the microphone, she like,
that girl can sing.
They put me.
You want a fluid performance.
I watched the whole. Is it fair if you pay for a soft life ticket, 12,000 bob, right? And then you get to see the performance on a screen.
Mukoko tu manyu tu.
Men are trash, man.
And then there's the Hennessy tent that was over here. As in,
walifika bei
by the way, let me tell you something. It was shambolic.
So
right?
So
the space, and then to make matters worse, right?
Yeah.
The bar and because you think that, okay, what does this get me? That I'd get a seat. They said they'd gotten designated seating. They'd gotten a nice bar. At least always, if elbow. Saki kunusa perfume yako. As in weka hapo mini.
Yangu ni noma.
So. I walked in and there was already like people were just congregated around the bar like it's a polling station. I was just like, by the way, and I was with Jinx. We literally had to go to Onja Onja stage to tell somebody, give us tequila. Please give us
get
tequila.
Drink, manze.
Yeah, she was making cocktails. I just told her, please just give me that so that we can just have 2 tequilas and then continue with the party. So at this point, I'm just asking myself, like by the time Thames just performed, I couldn't even stick around for Joshua's performance because now we're at midnight going to I don't know what time. And I'm like, this is a concert. I didn't come for a bash. Blankets kuna kuanga na, you've put the time.
Blankets wisha mapema vizuri.
So alikuwa nafaa kuisha by what, 10 o'clock or something? That's what I saw.
Thereabout.
Yeah.
So me had already calculated. I was like, by 10, I start cruising. In fact, I'm home nicely. Bruh, I'm here at midnight still talking to people. I'm like, guy, there's some people you see and it's too late. Right? I don't want to mention their name. But honestly, like, I'm just saying, it's time to go. It's time to go. Hey, even the Onja Onja DJs are finished now. They've come to Onja Onja the concert. Hey, it's like, nah. So I didn't enjoy myself.
But what was the experience like? First and foremost,
it was packed.
You mentioned
it was crazy.
You mentioned tickets were going faster, right? I thought there were no tickets at the gate.
The regular line was moving faster than the soft life.
So were there tickets at the gate being sold? No. There were no tickets?
No tickets.
No tickets?
Yeah. That was the validation. I mean, I like the setup. I like the setup where you can't be even near the arena if you don't have a ticket. Yeah. So you're over there, you're already a kilometer away. If you don't have, there's no way you're going in, right? So everybody walking in here has a pass. You just need to validate, which has already been validated in an gate. Yeah. So getting into this commotion, for me, just felt like there should be no VIP tickets. Like I said what I said. Because in December, again, when I went, I wanted to get that Soft Life ticket. I mean, simply because like I do like going to a concert by myself. Even this one, I went by myself. So just to give yourself that security to be inside the VIP. But I do chomoka to come see things and whatnot.
Labs and what.
Right? The last one, it felt like they had been Apex tier na Kikona. You get? And they had finyanad. So I was like, I'm talking to someone over the fence, and I just knew this is just FOMO. That's pretty much what it is. It's complete FOMO, right? So I knew I don't want to pay for. But when they called it Soft Life, and they sent an email and said, you're going to have designated seating. You're going to have, what? And there are people who are expecting a body.
So what's an Kwambie? Designated seating. Viti zilikuwa lakini?
Yeah. Viti zilikuwa. The thing I'll say, it was not all bad. I do like Thames. She attempted. It was a good attempt.
Wow.
I like it. It was good.
Did she perform?
She sang my song. That's all that matters.
You know, Thames is not at the...
She's not a hype lady.
Yeah. No, she did a performance.
I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10.
I think I'd give it the same thing.
Yeah.
Around... Mimi, I'm not at the biggest Thames fan. Like, if you ask me to name 6 Thames songs, I might struggle a little bit. Unaona, but for what she performed that I knew, aliperform vizuri. Now Joshua Baraka, on the other hand, man, okay,
that song is fine. I wanted to stick around for Mimi. I wanted to stick around for that song. My desire. I know.
Let me tell you.
He performed a good one, right?
Joshua seemed, and I don't see Thames no alikuwa performance wa mwisho, si ndio?
Yeah.
I think the way things also turned out
was for the best.
For you, as an artist who's coming from a different country, knowing what the lineup is looking like and knowing that you're the one who is performing just before because it looked like these are 2 main acts. Not ati Thames is the main act and then Nanyana Mkate yeah. Nah. It wasn't giving that feeling.
Excuse me, sir.
You know, no, it wasn't. Honestly, haikuwa inapatiana hiyo feeling
on the performance, but on the billboard.
Exactly.
You cannot even compare the two, man. What you talking about?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So on social media, on Sato, everybody was like, "Are you going for Thames? Are you going for Thames?" It wasn't even, "Are you going for blankets?"
It was Thames, my guy. We're talking about a Grammy award winner. Not once, twice.
And then here's my point. Now imagine Joshua Baraka also having that in mind.
Yeah.
And then things turn out that, oh, fuck.
The flip.
Yes. Yeah. I'm the last performer.
Yeah.
Bro, let
now
me tell you.
It.
This
now
boy was
there.
having a time.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. That's an absolute blessing, right? Absolutely. I remember in 2023, Joshua. Ilikuwa Baraka. In 2023, true story.
Yeah.
Joshua was like, "Hey, let's have lunch on a random Sunday." On a random Saturday. I was like, "All right, cool. I'll swing by." Then he called Raymond. What's Raymond, the YouTuber? He said, "Huh? Kahunya." I'd never met him. So I was like, "Oh, fellow Ugandan, what, that's how Raymond and what." So when we were having that conversation, this was now like we've broken bread proper with Joshua. And now he's telling me about his numbers of how, like this is way back when. He is loved in Kenya like insanely.
Yeah.
He's had numbers from here from long. Yeah. So now to see you're going from that to dropping an album
to
and
doing tours.
Doing tours.
Yeah.
BN is taking you, all of those different kind of things. Yeah. And now you're just rocketing up.
Yeah.
And
but
now
can we just be
everything that happened. Bro, that guy is going back to TZ.
But can we be honest?
To UG.
Yeah.
He's just like Museveni is like
Cloud9.
You're bringing opposition here.
Isn't he? And he's touring. But let's be honest. Things happened the way they were supposed to happen. And I think the hype for Joshua is that new song. That particular song really just encapsulates. It came like it's just at the right time, and he happened to be on a stage at the same time when the song is like really taking off globally.
Wrong places.
Yes, and especially for women, it's like I've seen I think 100 versions of that particular song. I've seen poets break it down. I've seen he's really touched a nerve with that song. I feel like if this was December, it wouldn't have been the same.
By far.
I don't think it would have been the same vibe. So, or even just June when this song wasn't out. But this song has taken him to another level.
No, but still, I feel like even prior to that song coming out, ni ile hype yenye alikuwa amebuild leading towards.
Yeah.
This song was just a plus, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Joshua, you're my boy, manze, but Wrong Places took a couple of listens to grow on me. Pause. No, honestly. Like I remember Neville ndo alinichezea ngoma mse wa kwanza. I was
Did you not listen to the lyrics?
No, I did. But the part, we listen to music differently.
Yeah.
The things that hit you first are not the things that hit me first. Unaona? So Mimi, I'll even close my eyes and not per se listen to the lyrics. I'm listening to the music, right? I'm listening to how the things have come together, the chanting, the choir feel that's, coming in towards Uko by the bridge. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Now these are the things that are working out for me. So it took me a couple of listens to go like, okay, you know what? Yes, this song is a banger. Joshua, amepata cheat code gani, but whatever he's doing, this is a music guy.
Also,
it's working out for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So ni ile hype yenye alikuwa build towards, and the last time he was in the country, sijui ilikuwa event gani, it didn't go really well. Kulikuwa na watu walienda kuoccupy sijui nini, and then it really affected his performance. So ni kama
was that the New Year's one, ama?
I don't remember, jusi kuwa. So ni kama amerudi na ile, the last time I was here, I didn't really get to do my thing when I had the opportunity to. But now we have a good chance, so we have to kill it.
How's his performance with Maya Molo?
Iliweza. Nendo liperform na Maya Molo. Kuna ngoma liperform na Maya Amolo, Mr. T and BN. Zote walikill. And Maya Molo is an amazing artist, an amazing vocalist, songwriter, kila kitu, ako sawa.
Yeah.
So that really went well.
So that also, to add to that, right? So he's got a good song.
Yes.
You've brought in Bien, who's fantastic.
Yes.
You've got Mr. T. Mr. T, brah, come on. And then Maya with everything. That is a whole, you get.
Yes.
So now put it like this, right? And I love it for Joshua. Joshua's an amazing musician, right?
Yes.
So imagine the same kind of happening for Thames.
Yes.
She's brought some of the people she's featured.
Imagining is one thing, because features zake ni kama gani. Those are the questions now we are asking. Features za Thames zenye anaweza leta huku.
No, nasema, like, you see, most of the time when you're signing up to a show, right? You've been told this is the A-list guy.
Yes.
No, this is Joshua who's performing.
Yes.
You didn't know that he was going to bring out Bien. You get what I mean?
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
We don't know that you don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know whether you know or you don't know. You have to do it.
Yes. So you see that everything that happened on that particular day, they'd already planned clearly, because you've told Bien, hey, come. Mr. T, Maya. So all of that. Then times are shifted.
Yes.
The sound, there's what. Because you're probably backstage and your people are going out to see, and they're coming and telling you, oh, by the way, it's going like this, like this. This is probably an opportunity to take it like this, like that. You understand? So it happens. He had an amazing show.
He did.
Yeah,
but let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm a real fan of Thames. Like, I love her, and I just think that if she keeps doing shows like this, because I've followed, I've seen her on-stage performances, and I think she has a lot of work to do.
In terms of what?
I know that people say, oh, because her vibe is... No, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that.
What do you think she can do better?
There's so many things. Like, this show doesn't look like it was put together. It just looks like, Thames was put on stage and she was told to sing for us, right?
Okay.
And you see, you're in a new city.
Yes.
Look, the previous day, Kenny G was performing, right? And I said this, and somebody was so mad at me. I said, I don't like Kenny G because to me he's like elevator music. Don't come for me. Personally, I'm a jazz fan, but Kenny G is not my cup of tea. I love, so many other people, but like, it's just not my thing. But I want you to point this out. Kenny G made sure that he understood where he was at. He got here, he wrote, even intro to bring Kenyans in. I just felt like Thames felt so disconnected from the audience that she was performing for. And so with that, it ended up just being like, this showed that she does whatever, and just bringing it to this audience and expecting. Even with your lineup, like Bien, for example, who's touring, there are songs he'll know, this will work in Kenya, this will work in TZ, this will work in. You can't give the same show in every place. And it takes real class to be able to pull off and master performances in different places. So for me, that's why I give her a 6 out of 10. I was just happy I saw her. Her vocal sounded good. But then if she said she was coming back again, would I go? Fuck no.
You wouldn't?
No.
I think...
I'm good listening to her music.
No, for me, honestly, there's musicians I know if I go to the show, I'm having a show. Right? And I don't know what I was about to say just before. Okay, cool. Let me give you guys an example.
Okay.
You were working that gig. Rema put up a show. You saw the whole monstrosity he had at the John Walker Town, right? The outfit changes, the dancers, all of those different kind of things. There's actual performers. I remember when Diamond's a performer. I've watched Diamond perform twice, right? I remember Diamond performing at the Fast Race Awards in Rwanda. His dancers flew in 2 days before. Rehearsals, nini. The day before he came, he rehearsed with them for like 2 hours. What other musicians are just like, nigga, you're taking too much time. But that's who he is. He's a performer like that, right?
Yeah.
But another person who I don't expect to perform like Diamond or like, let's say, when you talk about the big three of Nigeria, right? I would never expect Wizkid to perform like Burna would or Davido.
True.
Wizkid is on vibes.
He's chill.
He's chill.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's like now, you guys have been to Era Star performing over here?
No.
Era. She's performed at 2 private gigs over here. She had one, she performed at, what's that rink where guys go skate?
Skate City.
Skate City, right? She performed. She's very like, she loves to move and what. Thames is vocals, and I get where Sheila's coming from. You already know she's calm by who she is. But since we know you're calm, how about you do more?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, help us, make us sing. Your music is, we love singing your music. So we're coming here because we want to sing along. So teach us something, let's do this, part. Let me leave there heartful, but let me not leave here. I'm like, oh, she's finished. You get? So
I'll be on this other side.
Because that move of her letting her fans sing, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
And
how good
actually,
to move.
can I just say this? I know she'll watch this. Thames, you need to stop doing that shit. I'm saying this with all love. I know I didn't come for the Leading Vibe initiative.
Why?
And I just need to say this, right? As somebody who's in the audience, right? I'll say this only works when you're doing an intimate space. Right? When you make it a big concert, like where I was 20 kilometers away from you, standing at Kasarani Heights apartments, recording from. Because there are people even till today who don't believe. I'm watching from there with my binoculars, right? For the rest of us, it's not fun. It's not fun watching. And then, it's a patapotea. It's not like your meeting. It's not like your manager has planted somebody there that we know, you see the person in the red shirt, that one is ready. But now it's like your meeting Kenovia. Who has just gotten his his office did CG what they were given 20 tickets. Now he's there. He doesn't even have the need to mama there at the back because they know the music. His mama there where the nini railing is on his neck over here. And he's waiting with his mouth like this for you to say, sing. He didn't know the lyrics. And now we're just watching this shit for 15 minutes.
Kwanza kuna huyo kwanza aliulizwa kama najua lyrics akasema yes I know the hakuna kitu alikuwa anajua. Hata mimi ningekuwa kama yeye. I don't give a fuck. As long as I've had my moment with Thames, I will repeat everything she says.
That's what I'm saying.
I will repeat everything she says.
For us as the fans, like who are there in the same arena, it's not fun. Like this is where we zone out from the performance. So I would say this only works in intimate spaces where there's like maybe 200, 300 people because macho zetu zote zitakuwa hapo. But if my binocular sasa nasema to relax macho sai.
Shit. Like now I'm here for Thames, keep doing that shit. And if you want to do a private performance,
no.
I mean,
Thames is a small performer arena. Like I think because I've seen Joe is coming in November.
Joe,
let's watch this exactly.
But
exactly.
That's unfair.
Why
that's unfair.
They're whole R&B people.
You can't look at it like that, bro. There's so many factors that you have to consider before you put them on the same slate. Thames longevity yake na longevity ya Joe kwanza ni vitu mbili different.
I get that.
Genre wise, as much as
Thames is mnaiangalia vibaya.
Okay,
hold on.
Joe does not need to perform. Like he doesn't need to move. First and foremost, he's old. He's aged. Yeah. He's a good guy, right? Yeah. But the lips he's coming with, those things will perform on their own.
But guys, you remember that he's performed here before. He's performed here before.
He's performed here for Tasker Light.
Yes, he's performed here before.
He's like,
and even we've had even guys like real R&B babes and guys who've come. Even Maya's been.
Even Short Stuff was here,
right? So I'm saying,
remember Short Stuff?
Because
I know
is it the genre or is it the person? Honestly, I feel it's Thames. I don't think she's worked on this performance. I'm not the only one. Nigerians, I beg, don't be waiting for me to talk here too much. Just let us up in the comment section, because this is something you have also pointed out.
But here's the thing.
Performing.
Also,
it's crazy.
Guys on Twitter were so disappointed. Guys thought Thames was gonna rock. Akina nyinyi.
Walisema ati amedunga kama SDA, man.
Guys were like, she pulled up in a nini. She pulled up in a, what do you call it? She pulled up in a whole outfit.
Wala si mimi nilisema hivyo. Walisema amedunga kama SDA, manze, si mimi.
We, manze
with all them curves and
shit. How she was pulling her kanguo down. Guys are like, unavuta nini chini?
But
so bad.
I feel like I'm with Thames.
You guys thought you'd bought a Tico for what?
No, I feel like watu walikuja na their own expectations.
That's her style.
Like, usikuja na expectations zako ukijua very clearly that Thames kuna vile wanganafanya maneno yake, bro, utakuwa disappointed. And if this was the first time,
tunasema tuko disappointed
because of their own expectations.
Guys wanted, listen, stop beating about the bush. Guys wanted to see that wagon.
Yeah, ukikuja kwa
festival, agree with you.
Excuse me,
I agree with
you.
you.
When you come to a festival,
AMG akakuja na kavitara.
Thames is the person who has gone on social media during an interview and talked about how uncomfortable she feels whenever she wears a particular type of way, even when she's going to record in studio. Alisema even something as simple as that, ati kuna ati mahangre ati waokoko wanangoja kunidishi, ma producers wanataka zizi just because of who she is, just because of how she's been well endowed. Wanganavalia manguo baggy because of the perception that she knows people have. That tells me everything that I need to know about how she carries herself. So kuna vile atakuwa a bit what's the word, is it conservative? Kuna vile ataji hold back knowing exactly what she's working with, but kuna ile image yenye anataka kuweka pale nje. So
Andy, excuse me. So if you're going to do that,
guys, forgive me for not wearing clothes that accentuate my features the way you'd want.
No, Andy, you're missing the point. You can also look good.
Like Kanan,
stop it. You can also look good. You can also look good in baggy clothes. This is the era of you can wear layers, all right?
Yes.
And I'm not talking about what she was dressed in.
Yes.
That's not where I want to go. I don't want to talk about that. I want to speak about performance-wise. Actually, there's a very important thing you've said.
Yes.
You said we can tell that she's a reserved person.
Yes.
Let's stop booking festivals.
Yeah.
Book intimate spaces.
No.
I'll tell you why.
Why not?
Summer Walker, right?
Yes.
Summer Walker struggled with anxiety. Was she forcing herself on us on stage? No. She waited first and then came through. For you to tell us, like, I'm sitting here as a fan, and remember, I don't have the opportunity. I'm going to, this is at TSG, Nani Nakudigi, I'll meet you at the next club. No. This is somebody who you've traveled from. It's like Michael Jackson coming and then we're saying it was a 5 out of 10.
But that's MJ. But that's MJ.
What are you talking?
But that's MJ.
No, how many but that is but that's
what
MJ.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about Thames, and you have to accept. Like, we gave her a 6 out of 10. My friend, what football team do you support?
Arsenal.
Great. You get it.
Yo, it's I get
what
her
I'm
point,
trying
right?
to say
It's like,
is
here's the
if
thing.
your player goes into the pitch, right?
Yeah.
Let's say Saka, and then he performs at 5 out of 10 that day. You're going to be like, the guy, because, and then I'll say,
have the history.
Just hear my point. And I'm saying, and then I say, no, but Beckham. Then you say, no, but the age. No, this is the thing that you do.
Yes.
Come.
Yes.
And if we're gonna give you money for you to be 6 out of 10, then refund us the 4.
Nikitumia hiyo example yenye umetumia, siwezi expect Saka ameenda kucheza game alafu anaanza kucheza defense huko ati kwa backline. Siwezi. I can't expect that. Ile siku atafanya hivyo ndio nitazusha. If he stops acting like himself and playing his position, playing his role the way he does it, then I'm going to say something about it. But we have seen them, even if you are manze, the only thing that I can say don't try make the Kenyan crowd feel like we are the most special people you have ever performed for, and you keep saying it over and over again. Hapo sasa ndio unaweza draw the line.
That speaks of the not prepping
that I get,
and lack of performance.
But her energy, her movement, how she is performing, how she's moving from one song to another, how she's engaging and interacting with the crowd, this is her thing. Mimi ilikuwa marengo kwanza kuona Thames akiperform in real life, but nimeona snippets of her performing in other places and it wasn't so different From what I've seen,
but have you had?
It wasn't so much different.
These performances, were they at big festivals?
Yes.
Or were they at intimate spaces?
Big festivals.
So, but here's the thing.
Most of Thames performances are in.
Thames na kutetea sana.
Ira Star is more of a big. Anyway, I don't want to compare her. I'm just saying when you have this kind of energy, big stages are going to leave people feeling like they've not received your energy. And it's not about the energy level or the songs, it's the prep. Even that thing that you've just mentioned, that as an MC, if you keep repeating the same thing over and over again, it means you haven't prepped words in your arsenal that you can keep throwing out. And so you keep going back to the fail-safe because you haven't prepped. Like, look, I saw this performance and I didn't feel like she even did rehearsal. She has great vocals. We get that. She looked good. We get that. But everything else was just...
Okay, let me shoot her some more bail. And you guys let me know.
I don't want to talk about Thames some more.
No, tukimalizia. Are we factoring in that maybe some things that went south during that event led to maybe what we saw? I know it's not professional for you to give people a subpar performance because of what's going on behind the scenes, but are we shooting her any bail because of the things that were not working out properly before she gets on?
Are you talking about things you know, or you're just hypothetical?
No,
is this a hypothetical?
No, it's a hypothetical.
Yeah,
it's a hypothetical.
Let me throw another hypothetical.
Yeah.
Imagine if there was a ghost on stage also dancing next to her while she was performing and she was scared. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're imagining things that are not there. We're judging based off of the facts that we saw. We were not the performers, we were not the presenters, we were not the event organizers.
True.
From what we saw, I can't speak over to maybe she was on her period or maybe her head was aching. I'm talking about I go to a shop, somebody sells me bread. I'm not going to ask, is the baker okay? Right? I'm never gonna ask that. I'm just gonna be like, toka hapa na ikumbafu nipatie mkate ingine. Yeah, and if he starts, we're tunashikana wo hapo, right? But I'm not going to wait for him to say, ushajiuliza ka beka mbona ufikiri angiju ya beka kwa sababu unataka to never say bread. Manega, ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Here's the thing.
I do.
Here's the thing.
Honestly, I'm worried about the baker baking the cake.
No.
I'm trying to get a slice of this cake.
Andy,
you feel me?
Honestly, like. And I'm glad that you've watched her perform.
Yeah.
And you've said you've seen her, snippets here, there, probably YouTube, Instagram, all of those.
Yeah.
I knew for sure she's not that energetic. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You could tell, like before the aura. Like I know if I'm going to a Rema concert, if I'm going to going to Bana,
Chris Brown,
if I'm going, these guys. I don't expect 50 to be flying across the whatever.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
There's musicians.
Because I saw a photo of 50 guys. I'm going to say this, man. 50 is now 70.
The
guy knows how to manage his own brand. Let me tell you, the most fucked up thing about social media.
Yeah.
Let's say we all hanging in the same place, right? So there's the photos you'll take on your phone.
Yeah.
And then there's the one we have taken.
Yeah.
Which ones will I post? The ones I've taken because I've quality control them, right?
Yeah.
So 50 has always been protecting himself like that, yeah? Hey, another person. I can't remember which famous person posted a photo of 50. But I was like, is that 70?
So you see, there's guys that you just need to know.
Yeah.
It's like Travis Scott is performing next weekend in Johannesburg. In Johannesburg. And I really was just like,
what?
Yeah.
That's just gonna be fire.
I was like, Travis Scott.
Is it Astroworld? It's just like some.
It's Astroworld vibes.
It's Astroworld, yeah.
Is it Astroworld?
No. It's not that.
I'm sure it's the vibes.
It's the vibes, right?
Yeah.
So he's performing at FNB.
Oh, so it's not his show.
He's part of his global tour.
So that's what I'm asking.
It's part of
his global Astroworld?
Yes, it is.
So he's gonna build a whole Astroworld.
I don't know if he's gonna build it, but he's doing it at FNB, right? So now I was thinking about it. I'm like, I've always liked a couple of his, FNB next weekend. It's October 11th.
October 11th, yeah.
That's next weekend, right?
Solo rap tour.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
gonna be fire.
So that's gonna be fire. So now for me, and I saw Kanye West. Kanye West said that he wants to perform at, Kanye, we don't believe him. So they said he's going to perform, is it sometime in November or December?
How? Huh?
Yeah. And he's going to perform at
I
Ellis
would love
Park.
to. Like, see, somebody just you.
Ellis Park.
Sponyo me to
You get
for Travis,
this weekend. Yeah, I fucking
Travis
love
Scott next weekend. So for me, I was just like, yo, I'd love to pull in for that because I'm a big Travis Scott fan, and it would be one of
Pulling
those
is
things.
flagrant, but okay.
It would be one of those where I go see what was that? Mark Knights and Bards in the what was that album called?
Which one?
The Travis Scott, the second album. Buds in the Trap, or what is it called? Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Bro, that song had some amazing production. I'd love to see him. But now I was thinking about that.
Stuff.
No more.
Yeah. Then I thought about that. I thought about that, and then Kanye West saying that he wants to perform. And I was just like, Kanye.
At the same concert,
No, he's not performing at the same. First and foremost, they don't get along anymore, I think.
Yeah.
But Kanye West has said he wants to perform in SA, I think November or December, and he wants to perform at a different stadium, where they play rugby, Ellis Park, which is in downtown Joburg, right? So it's just like, what show would I prefer to go to? I'm a big Kanye fan, but for energy, I'd go to a Travis Scott show.
You at your age, you're not going for Travis, nigga. Trust me. At your age, you're not going for Travis.
If there's a Kanye, you're saying if there's a Kanye and there's a Travis Scott concert on the same day.
I'm also going for Kanye.
I love Travis.
I know we're going with Travis to Kanye's concert.
No.
Wait till I get my money,
Here's the thing. So for me, it was from a point of picking, because I was just like, I need to pick. Is it going to be Travis? Is it going to be Kanye? You know what I mean? So for me, I was just like, Kanye first and foremost. Unajua alisema anakuja Kenya at some point, Nigeria.
Nigga, you think you're going to give a fuck about what he said before?
No, si Kanye tujuagi, ye usema vitu hazifiki.
Okay.
Unaget?
Okay.
Travis is happening next weekend, tumeona. Kanye waga na post vitu mob sana. Anaweza amka seme South Africa, my meds
wewe kwa scenario yako both zina happen. So tuendelee na hiyo scenario. Both are happening. Travis is performing, Kanye is performing same night. Unaenda concert ya nani?
Kanye.
Of course.
There we go.
I mean, listen, even the people who are the lights guys are just like, we're unavailable, we are going to the all other lights. There's no way. First, actually, on that note, first, Kanye, you need to take your meds. If you're watching this, please take your meds, because every time you're online,
talking to Kanye.
Yes, because I know he watches everything, man. What you talking about?
Kanye.
Did you see Kanye saying who his enemies are?
Yo, daughter. I was like, the ops. Kwanza daughter ameko number 2 after Kim K. I was just like, you go Northwestern and Ashule, your dad don't even like you.
Like, oh my God. I love Kanye. I love Kanye.
But now, let's bring it back home, right? That scenario where you brought of Kanye West and Astroworld happening on the same day, right? On the 20th of December, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ashake.
There's Ashake and I think
Soulfest, right? Same day.
So, do you think one is going to suffer? Like we are.
I think both will suffer.
Because think about it. So this is who's going for these concerts. It's probably Gen Z, right? Gen Z and millennials, right?
Yes.
So it's they are both in the same genre of sorts, because it's pop songs, right? So isn't this splitting the audience?
I don't think so.
Mad.
I don't think so per se, because one, Ashaki amekuja Kenya tena?
Never.
That's one. Ini Soulfest, sindio? Soulfest imefanywa mara ngapi?
Countable.
This is going to be what, the 3rd year or something?
No, more.
Probably 4th.
Fourth year, sawa. So I feel na whatever you've said about the age thing is very important, because mse kama BN, tuseme Sauti Sol and the whole gang, right? Millennials and Gen Zs, yes, there's a bunch of them who are going to go for Ashake. But a bigger percentage of the more, sitaki kusema elderly, acha niseme older people, millennials kwenda nyuma. This is their thing. Because mimi...
Which one?
Soulfest.
You think Gen X are into Soulfest?
No. Not into like that, but if they were to go for either.
So we have already agreed that this too, the demographic is Gen Z and millennial.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the demographic.
For Ashake, ama for both?
For both of them.
For both.
Yes.
So mina sema that's more for Ashake. Because crowd ya Sauti Sol I feel like it's going to have more mature folk.
Mature is millennial and...
Guys,
kwenda nyuma.
Guys, here's the thing.
Kwenda mbele,
that's why I asked you a question.
Guys, let me...
Is Gen X... There's a Gen X who's just like, oh my God.
Ngoja, Gen X, what comes before millennials?
45 plus.
Gen X.
Is Gen X.
Yes. So, guys,
so you're saying 45
let me
plus.
help you guys not destroy your brain cells. Here's the thing.
Save them, please.
Let me save both of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys make valid point. There's definitely going to be a split in audience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Soulfest is happening from the 18th to the 20th. Do you understand? So if they're smart enough, which they are, they've done this before, and they are cognizant of the fact that Ashake is there. Do you understand?
Yes.
They will probably want to do more on
the previous day.
But
isn't 20th is not a Saturday?
I'm not too sure. It's a Saturday.
If it's a Saturday, it doesn't... Look, how many years have I hosted Oktoberfest? Let's be honest.
Sunday.
Any festival that somebody does Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday is called bonus day.
You're talking about this is December, right?
Yeah.
20th
is a Saturday.
Yeah. So 20th is the only day that we're here to talk about. Unless they put the gig on Friday, 20th is the day that most people go for the festival. Sunday and Friday not so much.
But you see, you guys are all talking about the different audiences. Nakumbuka venye Soulfest, the way they usually divide it, right? They have like the VVVIP show, ile wase wanalipa chapa mob, inakuwa Friday before Sato. But also you have to remember, they've already unleashed their guys who are also going to headline. So they've got Chris Kaigas and Ipe Tande, Toxic Lyrical, Red Sun, We Are Nubia, Necessary Noise, Lil Minor, Nameless, Jerai, Juakali, so many more, right? And you can already see they've already even announced this is going down, the dates and everything. I feel like if you're sharp enough, right? Not if you're sharp enough. If you're not, if you're sharp enough, if you're one of those guys who's planning, right?
Yeah.
And I saw it the other day when the collaboration between the was it Alchemist and what was that? Zile vitu za
ilikuwa Muse ama ilikuwa nini?
Bro, don't put it past Nairobians.
Yeah, it's the same day.
It's the same day.
Nani wana perform? Hebu nione artist wenye wata perform.
And you see, what you've just mentioned for me also sounds like, you know, like now it's like they have their cards to their chest. They can decide to bring somebody from TZ. They can decide to back it up with someone from UG.
Kigali. Sauti Sol.
Apana. Now unajua Ojiza Pula to himself, like pulling crowds.
So it's one of those things. So you gotta look at it like, okay, so guys have announced there's that, there's this, right? And don't put it past Kenyans. Kenyans can decide nitaanza hapa. Unajua watu wataweka set times.
No, I agree with Calvin. Unajua wasi watafanyaje? Wasi watangojea Sato, tutangoja hadi ile temenye itakuwa safe for me to move from Soulfest niende tukutane. So that I catch that Ashake performance, because if Ashake has never performed before in the 254, then mimi mentality yangu ni our wetu tuko now hapa in the 254, so I can catch them maybe another concert another time. I'm not going to go to Afro Nation to watch Ashake perform there, or Apple Music Festival or something, and I can easily, you know, watch him over here. So I feel like guys are going to do the most. Mimi ningefanya the most. I'd get the best out of both if I can. Niende nione my guys, the golden boys, the golden kids of the Kenyan music industry wakiperform until ile time nitakuwa like, okay, now I have to go and watch Ashake perform, and then wengine itajipanga. I think that's what I'd do if I was the one traveling.
I think you guys you're talking about a niche group of people who can be able to buy niche. 2 tickets, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Also privilege.
So there's something very important you've said, and you've said as well. So for sure, this will split the audience, right? Because the people who go to concerts are the same people. It's a handful of people. Do you know there are people who've never gone for a concert? And they don't even think about going for concerts. They have no form. They always go to the bar, right? So what were concerts ni wale. And I know that you threw in Gen X there, but they're not a core demographic in concerts.
Yeah.
Core demographic is Gen Z and
millennials.
Right?
Yeah.
So now with that said, right? And remember, there are still bars, okay, that are serving for free, right? So there'll be many, many things to compete with for the same people who are going out, right? So yes, there's so many things that Sauti Sol can win on, like local pride. But I just want to remind you, this weekend, last week there was a South Kenya versus Somalia game, right? Mogadishu. Simulisema mtajaza study mufundisha Somali vitu. Najua venye hiyo study ilikuwa empty. So that thing about Kenyan national pride, there's a limit to it, right? And logic reasoning will be like, for example, what you've just said. Will I travel to see Ashake? Is this somebody I'm ever gonna see again? I mean, BN, how many times have I seen him just this year on stage?
In the span of 3 months, nimemwona mara ngapi?
And then you tell me nameless. I'm like, you know, who else did you mention?
Kaiga.
You know, Chris Kaiga. You know,
Nubia.
if I had to put these people against this person that I'm never gonna see, and I'm a fan of the music, I'm not saying Ashake. Like I'm not necessarily saying I'd be a fan to go to for Ashake. I just know that this thing will pull. So a lot of innovation will be needed to get value for both of them.
Facts.
Yeah. Because now remember, like Akina Shake, I just seated there going like, how do we counter with an opening act? They can even just decide to bring DJs. You know, they can bring like some South African big DJs, like who they can meet. You get exactly.
Producer.
Because we already know the lineup. We already know the lineup for Soulfest. Yeah. So they've got their cards to their chest.
So it's like at times, I've witnessed this in Nigeria. There were 2 rival camps, and they were actually sponsored by different drink companies. You're seeing, are you going to go to this one or are you going to go to this one? And for some reason, one won. And there's always going to be a winner.
That's just always, That's what's going to happen.
There's always going to be a winner.
But Friday is not, unless, you know, and that Friday could be...
No, Friday, no. Unajua mneza kuwa wajanja museme, by the way, because guys, think of it, both these are businesses.
Yes.
But
you understand?
But Kenyans generally don't... You know, Oktoberfest venye inakuanga empty on Friday. Inakuanga empty.
Koroga, kina nani.
Exactly. Friday inakuanga. And even day. Sunday, unless that's your, like Koroga, for example, which is on a Sunday, and Blankets, that's your main day. If your main day, because we all know, you're going to put if Soulfest decide to make Friday their big day, then they can win.
Yeah.
You think so?
You know.
I'm not saying that. I don't know how this could go either way.
You know, people, by the ikituni demographics, people are very different, right? Me, first and foremost, right? Like, I don't have extreme early mornings as I used to have when I was on radio. You understand? But my ethos of being out on a Sunday, ni hard. Sunday, hard.
Ni ngumu sana, yeah. Especially it
but
being like a school
Sato,
night.
Fuck with me, you know I got it. Sato night nakuwaga ni bila break. Akunaga break fluid.
So whatever
you know
falls,
what I mean?
Oh my God. So we get it.
Unaelewa?
So whatever falls on Saturday.
And you know there's a lot of people who are like that, right? Because there's a lot of people who have families, there's guys who have responsibilities. Bro, you can't compete with church.
That's why we tell you Gen X is not a demographic.
Kuna wase church hawezi hata. Unaget? There's guys who have so many different kind of things. And there's also a lot of people who have to show up to work on Monday. Because now I wish we could do a poll. If the employer, what's it called? The employer organization? If HR really has like an HR body, I wish they'd have done like a poll to show how Monday guys were at Jobo.
Kwanza yu Monday manze, God damn.
HR initangwaje?
Oh my God.
Yes, those guys. But it would be interesting to see.
Monday nili struggle sana.
Interestingly as well.
I prepped for my Monday show on Saturday.
Yes.
Because I knew Sunday. Kuna break.
I did 2 interviews on... And I did 3 shows on Monday. And God damn. Oh my God.
You're feeling it.
I was feeling it. That one tequila that I give asked. Man, I'm a 40-year-old, so it's very
so you can imagine now guys who are pushing all the way mpaka Joshua Baraka.
I couldn't.
You get what I mean?
Couldn't.
So it's there's so many different things to consider.
And that's the reason why I don't go to concerts with people.
Also, alafu venue pia. Venue is important. Because me, I'll tell you this, right? Like, and I know it's a load of crap. But me, Casa is a bit far.
Far?
Yeah.
Okay, depending on where you're coming from.
It's not even that.
If you enjoy time at the bar, there's no reason to travel for it.
All the way.
Exactly.
I like Lorette because space. Akuna time nimeenda. Okay.
But you see, for me, that is why I've said but also so many factors, right? But like I said,
tutamaliza hizi stories zenu kaa tunakwama kwa concert for.
Unataka kuongelea nini basi?
Mimi sijui hizi stories zenye tuko nazo.
We're about to wrap up. Ugly niggas think they're so tough.
Basi lakini ni sawa, yende. Why ugly niggas think they're so tough? This was who Kina Kam and Mace.
What?
Yeah. Talking about how niggas who think that just because you're ugly you can be tough.
No. You know, it's a thing. Even when we were growing up, bana. Manze nakumbuka tukiwa prima. Manze ule mse alikuwa na kavizi. Alikuwa sha automatically yashaikuwa kwa top 5 ya fast body. Lakini pretty niggas, you're just like...
Bro,
nigga, you soft. Like you can make your face rough.
Unajua saa zingine wangeina work manze juu kuna sura zingine utaki kupatana nazo tao kwa chuo mbaya.
Yeah, like
utaki kujua.
Imagine this rough niggas. This ugly as fuck. Manze unapatana naye kwa nini? Kwa street. Anakuambia, please can I have your phone? Unapatana na msee mzuri amekupatia smile charm acha kupiga habari, you're like fuck what? Before you come to your senses, you get, but it's a thing. It's a thing in life. Manzi ushaipatana na polisi anakaa vibaya alafu ana roho safi, alafu unapatana na polisi mwingine, you get what I mean?
I get you. I think it also cuts to ile design yenye same thing with the guys, leave alone the guys who are looking rough, right? Like wale maboy ambao hatuwezi sema ati me I am good looking, like universally we can all agree that I'm good looking. Guys like
you
that,
are good looking.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much.
I wanted to because I just wanted to just jump in here because it's becoming a lot of a sausage fest. Two guys talking about ugly niggas and they don't want me to say anything about it.
Jump in. Guys who weren't considered or aren't considered as attractive, we have to work on other things like humor, charm.
That's what I'm asking. You know. That's why I want to ask. I mean, you guys brought this stuff up. I think it's important that you give a definition of what an ugly nigga is. I mean, it's your story.
The floor is yours.
What is an ugly nigga?
Hey, come on.
Let me ask it in a way you can understand. Is there anyone in this room you think is ugly?
No.
Is there anyone you've seen out there who you think
kuna watu nimeona mpaka na
like
in this room?
No. What do you mean where?
No, what is the definition of an ugly?
Let's not say there's and I'm not going to trap myself.
No, I mean, if you want me to talk about something, I want to talk about something that's legit. What is an ugly nigga?
Oh, I wish Jimani was here to talk about that.
Because
I love you, G.
Because I'd say that somebody whose face is intimidating.
Exactly.
You know?
What they call.
Is there anyone in this room who you feel like their face is intimidating?
Like if there's anybody here who asks me for my phone, I'd give them. Like if I met them in a corner.
You know, ile mbogi yote pale manzi unapeana haraka.
Absolutely not.
Lakini kuna wadhi manze sura inakuwaga imenini. You know, like
inaitisha kuitisha. They don't need to say a lot.
You know how they call it dressed in beach face, right?
Yeah.
Lakini yani sura yako ni kiatu.
Yani sura kazi.
Unakumbuka tafiz?
Yeah.
Kata fi imechapa.
So you guys can tell when a guy is not good looking. So
we know. You see the thing about
so
us
you're
guys.
usually looking
we know.
It's not gay to know. You know.
I didn't say that. I didn't say gay. You said gay.
Mem said for the audience.
You said gay. Yeah.
You said gay. I didn't say anything about
niggas
gay.
who look good. I'm like, God damn it, you look good.
And even more than that.
So use that, like use your words to define for somebody who's watching, so that they can know, am I the ugly nigger that these people are talking about? What is the definition? Throw some adjectives.
Before like, Calvin throws the adjectives and the whatnots, allow me to say this first. I like the fact that Sisi Majama and I stand corrected.
Context.
Right? I stand corrected. Guys can, let me know again in the comment section. But I feel like guys know how they look like. They know mimi kwa scale ya 1 to 10 najua mahali niko. So it's relative to begin with.
How do you know?
One, you see yourself in the mirror. And it's, I think, beauty. When you see beauty, you'll be like, wow. You didn't compare it to something else. The beauty just spoke.
So you're saying that somebody who's seen themselves in the mirror and going like, wow, this is not what I was expecting.
No.
Or is it somebody who tells you the reactions that people have of you that make you start now telling yourself, and yeah, miss him cute?
Now that's part of it. Yes. Because again, it's relative. It's relative.
Like what is a good looking nose on a man?
I don't know about now you need specifics
because what you're talking about on ugly on somebody's face, there's only 5 things. It's their eyes, it's their nose, it's their big ears.
Why somebody keep up the balloon?
Yeah.
Sometimes them anasemanga it's just your face, but I can't pinpoint. Sometimes inaweza kuwa ni the teeth, sometimes it can be your complexion, sometimes it can be one eye is looking this other, you know, it could, but it's how everything is coming together. But I can't come and tell you I don't like how your face is coming together. It's not give. Siwezi kuambia hivyo Sheila.
All right, let me show you an ugly nigga. Show me Ninja Man.
Mimi nilikuwa nimeanza na Jehas cause Jehas ndo alisema kwa ngoma yake like I'm an ugly nigga making sexy money. You know.
No, Jehas is just
who's
dark.
Ninja Man?
Do you think Jehas is handsome?
Oh.
Ninja Man.
Well, this guy.
Sheila.
Do you think this guy is good looking?
The pastor kwa Church Ethan.
Wewe tunaweza mpiga luku manze, lakini kusema ukweli singetaka kupatana naye kwa kona mbaya. Sitakudanganya. I love his interviews, by the way.
Now let me tell you why I think this guy.
I wouldn't want to cross
for a 59-year-old, he looks good.
I would say this guy is an ugly nigga. Simply because not because what I think the definition. That's why I'm really trying to dig into what you're saying because ugly is relative.
Yo,
that's what I'm saying,
right?
How you guys just pulling out ugly niggas?
Because
like,
did you Google ugly niggas?
Like, kwa nini mnakuwaga na file kuonesha madem I'm good looking? Look at ugly niggas. Like,
did you Google
who the fuck are these
you
niggas?
Google a name. Maybe Google ugly men. Just Google ugly men and see what pops up.
Oh no. I'm not
ugly
gonna
men.
condone this shit.
And then search. It's white.
So what I was trying to say.
It's white. Teeth, structure of the face, wrinkles, eyes.
Anyway,
proportions.
So who amongst this men? I keep trying to ask a question.
Dikembe Mutombo. That's not me who say. Only Venant.
Dikembe is not
Dikembe was a very good-looking man. He's my fellow Congolese guy.
I interviewed the man, rest in peace, and he was not. How was this man ugly?
Yo,
I just want to eat the cookie.
According to you?
Not according to me. Across the sporting world.
No, that's racist. That's that racist shit. Because there are
Rest in
people.
peace to the legend, man.
Absolutely. This man was not.
Dikembe
was not bad.
He was a good, but anyway, here's the thing, right? And I don't really want to go into the semantics of Sijui, ugly, what. These are all things that we might have experienced or.
I literally asked you a question which you didn't answer.
No, sasa siwezi.
Because
hakuna hii definitive tunaingia box.
He's running away. I see.
I'm not running away.
He's running away.
No, what I want to say is this, right?
You asked
Me,
a
I've
question.
experienced it.
You asked a question. You told us something.
Yes.
I didn't respond to it. And you're already telling me what to say.
What do you mean?
I asked you. You see, when you tell somebody, what May said, right? In America, the communication around ugly nigger must be very, very different from what he's talking about. And we are all having different conversations.
Remember,
I would say an ugly nigger, why they act tough is because people have taught you that iyo mapua yako, right? So it then teaches you that, people don't like looking at this. So I can use it so that you don't have to look at me. And that's the answer to your response. That it's not that the person is necessarily ugly, but they have a feature on them that they feel. Ninja Man is not necessarily an ugly man, but he used to make himself look like menacing because the man is necessarily have been taught that you're not necessarily the most good-looking man. And that's why I asked, what is a good-looking man? Because, I've told you, we've all said there's no good, ugly nigger in here.
Yeah.
I can go and bring 3 babes in here who'll say there's only one good-looking guy. You understand?
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Relativity.
Exactly. There's somebody who's watching you guys right now talking about ugly niggas, going like, what the fuck are these ugly niggas saying about ugly niggas?
You
get what I'm saying? So I know when I was listening to what Mace was saying, I get what he's saying. Yeah. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to jump into conclusions. I don't know what he's saying because he needs to show us the ugly niggas he's talking about because he's probably talking about somebody in his neighborhood.
Now, I think there's a general universal understanding of beauty and ugliness or lack of beauty.
Based on
American Not just that.
Standards.
Not just that,
No.
but it plays a big part.
What is-
It plays
It's
a big
not,
part.
you know, me, I want to move away from this whole America thing, right? For me, I related to what he said because I remember, and hence why I said I started with primary school, even going through high school. Me, I remember when I was in high school, this nigga who used to make jokes about me being dark. He was just like, bro, he'd even touch the back of my shirt and say, why are you not producing oil? You get what I mean? This nigga used to base it upon my complexion and say, nigga, you're ugly.
Just like J Haas.
Yeah.
You understand?
Who's being called an ugly nigger, especially in the UK, where, let's just be honest, there's shades of black.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you're Saka black, Mother Saka, you better be playing football.
Okay. Let me, since you mentioned Mother Saka, Michael Blackson.
He calls himself an ugly nigger.
Yeah.
Because he's based in America.
'cause you know-
But when he's in Ghana, my guy, everybody they black like you now.
No, but
What thing you dey talk about?
But
I feel
Come on.
Michael
like
Blackson is okay.
Sawa, yeah, we're not uko sawa Calvin.
You were in America where this just till I think the 80s, they had cartoons that would depict black people as black like that with pink lips like his. So people grew up knowing that, you see this nigga, this is what we call an ugly nigga. There are
Sawa.
people in America who would walk in here right now and say you're all ugly because you're dark skinned.
Sawa, tutoke America, tukuje Kenya. Sawa, hata watoi wakiwa class 1, hata kindergarten, they can tell the differences between the people who look good and the people who don't look good
Based off
on
of
the pool.
Nope.
Based off of the pool.
Based off
Sheila,
of...
acha nikwambie.
And
Kuna mtu kimuona.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
We have to hear each other.
Yeah.
You're saying based off of the pool, and I'm saying a kid in Nairobi and a kid in Mandera and a kid in Kisii who all have different exposure. A lot of us based off on what you've watched. So
No. Hata siendi huko. Nakupata. I get you. And I want to speak besides that point. No maana nimeleta mtaani. Tuongea tu kindergarten, people who haven't, ama class 1, they haven't gotten at a lot of exposure.
You start with the cartoons that you watch.
Ni sawa.
Like when I was a kid, there was our book was Peter and Jane. Right? I don't know how many millennials read Peter and Jane, but Peter and Jane were these two Jungu kids, right? Until we got to school is when we met John and Mary, I think, the ones who were climbing the stairs.
Yeah.
And so Peter and Jane's story were always about like Jane has fallen down, she's grazed her knee and it's pink. You get? So already the conversation you're being told about is that there's something wrong with you. So as soon as you're getting to nursery, the light-skinned kid wins. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
Yes. And now, sisi kila mtu kwa nyumba yetu ni dark skin. What are we already starting? Okay, you've not seen babies who are going home to tell their parents that I don't want to be like this?
Okay, let me ask you this. Who tells you that a flower smells good or perfume smells good?
Your nose, until someone teaches you that this is not a good smell.
No, okay, if someone comes and defecates over here, everybody is going to go like this because it's not a pleasant smell.
Unless I live in a place where, in Kibra or in Nini, where the smell is normal.
It's the norm.
What I'm trying to say is, ugly is relative.
And I agree with you on that.
When you say international beauty standards, just go to even just here Somalia, right?
Yes.
Even here Sudan, even just here Kenya.
Yeah.
What you think is pretty, there's another guy who's sitting is just like, this babe didn't have a diabs, as if diabs is international standard. But
and I agree.
note that this story of diabs came from a good PR communication that came, and all of a sudden every man is into us. We know you're not all into us. Come on.
And I get that. Hata nijitumia kama mfano, right? Like I asked myself a question when I was a little bit more mature about my preferences in women. Kuna demoja nilikaa chini nikajiuliza, by the way, why am I attracted to thick women? Why am I attracted to BBWs? Juu hakuna mse alikama kaniambia, this is the ideal that we are working with. This is what you should go for. No one came and told me that. I just found myself drawn to that. Like, vile mse atapenda madem petite. The same way someone will love or prefer boobs over us. Someone else will prefer us over boobs. Another person doesn't even give a damn. You know, those are the things that I'm talking. Yani vitu ambazo, yes, it's very preferential. It's relative as fuck. Right? But what is informing that relativity in you? That's what I'm talking about. Tukichukua sampuli ya watu ambao wako class 1. They have their own social life. Wako na status quo yao inside that class. Vitu mingi sana bro, ule mse mwenye atakuwa considered as the most handsome, hata inaweza kosa kuwa about his looks, inaweza kuwa ni because ana perform the best.
No.
Ama ndio, no, hear me out. These are some of the things that can act, because I've lived through that. I've seen women prefer someone else because they run fastest than anybody else in class. And they're like, oh my God. And according to them, that is something that factors in when they are looking at, okay, who is attractive and who is not. I'm not saying it's down to that. I'm speaking to one, the relativity, but also at the same time, I'm speaking about that confined space that is not being affected by outside information or I'm telling you this is what beauty looks like and this is not what... Is of you two, yes, those are constants. Mimi na agree. I accept that and I am with it. Because I know it affects how we see things and how we look at things. But kuna ile yenye wewe mwenyewe. Hakuna mtu amekuja akakwambia this is beautiful. Why do kids end up staring at women just like wow? As a boy, hakuna mtu amekwambia this is beauty. You're hanging out with your sisters, her friends, and then you're like wow. Ule dem manze, god damn.
Because you don't look at your sisters like that.
No,
yes,
nigga, that is besides the point. We're having girls in the room that we are looking at.
Yeah.
Their beauty is different. Kuna mwenye anaka beautiful in her own respect.
Maybe you've never seen...
Andy, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
What you're talking about, and I like that you're so passionate about it, because that's what inculcation, right? If you're... You know, kids start to learn as soon as they're, even while they're still in the stomach.
Yeah.
So even that kid who's looking at babes hangs out with men, right? So he knows what he everything a kid is learning or showcases is, it's even the way you've said, nobody taught me about big babes.
Yeah.
My guy, let me tell you, the thing about learning, we learn not necessarily by being told something, but we learn by our eyes. We learn by our ears. We learn by the spaces that we're in. So I know you want to have a long conversation about this. But the truth is, this conversation about ugly is even the good-looking boy in the class, just because he runs fast. There's only a small demographic of what you call universal, right? Can we all agree, in any of the schools you are in, right? Light-skinned people were beautiful. The guys in the room?
Yeah, for the most part,
light-skinned
yes.
people. Who was the hottest? Was the hottest girl in your school dark-skinned?
Yeah.
No, in your school. Kwani your school was in Turkana?
Guy, sasa umeanza shade manze.
Si ndio nasema.
Sina kubali.
Si ndio nimesema Nyanza, mlikuwa na light skin kwa hiyo shule?
Kubali.
Oh, nauliza, I'm just asking.
Kubali, man.
But what I'm asking.
Umeattack Malik manze.
What I'm asking is that colorism is a big deal.
Yeah.
And kids know it from far back.
Yeah.
So how is it that the light-skinned person, or for example, a pointy joins your school, all the kids all of a sudden are happy? Why? Like all of a sudden this pointy kid, why is that? Have you ever asked yourself why? Why is it that even if you don't teach a kid about Mzungu, they'll all run outside and say, Mzungu?
The difference, the contrast.
Exactly. So that inculcation is what then makes you determine what is beautiful or what is universally ugly, But as an individual, you have your own preferences and choices.
Yes.
But universal, to say that, oh, these people are ugly, that starts with you as an individual of what you've been exposed to. Because I've met guys, right? I've met a guy who's told me he's not good looking because of his nose, right? And the guy, his nose is not even big. Like, not saying that big noses. Lakini unajua kuna machali wengine maze, you know.
Usiseme hivyo manze.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy can breathe you know. But that's your nostrils. There's nothing you can do about it. But you see, because of such jokes, this man has grown up very clear knowing that he's an ugly guy. And this is a good-looking guy, right? But his whole life, and then he's dark-skinned. So because he's been moving around with this chip on his shoulder, even the way he behaves, you're just like who are you trying to be? And he's trying to fit into that not trying, he's been carrying himself like that his whole life. So he's fit into this narrative where, because people think those comments your parents make in the house, you know, exactly, you know, and those, your auntie comes and tells you something, you're too skinny, they are creating a perception of who you end up becoming, and those words end up making you decide what is beautiful and what is not. So by the time we're getting to hear you tell me who an ugly nigger is, I want now you to think about that as you, now those people that pop up into your head, look at their faces and ask yourself what it is that you don't like about that. And then ask, was that something that was reinforced where you came from as an ugly trait? Because to the next person, it might not be.
True. Yeah, it has to be from our point of view, from a different perspective. So I agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm ready to go eat ugali.
What an episode. Sheila, thanks so much for joining us, man.
We appreciate it. Ulikuwa na mkutano
me 5 minutes ago, man. But glad to have you on. You want to plug Boxpod?
Yeah.
Floor is yours, man.
Yeah, guys, make sure you watch out Boxpod TV. You can follow the channel, subscribe.
There's a lot coming on.
Salimia Mbogi, kina Jerry, kina Joyce, ama watakuwa tu sawa.
We took a sabbatical, so now I'm by myself on the pod.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you know.
It's a different.
There you go, man.
Now you know.
411. Ilikuwa ni 411 at some point.
At what?
Nakumbuka 411.
411 means
this is the 411.
Get the 411.
411 is just it means information.
The
yes,
gist.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what this the 411 is talking about now.
Well, like you what wanna do? Ali break news. Hi, listen, episode 326. All up in your ear. Yes, 326, right?
Yeah.
My name is Big C.
And the young.
Wait, Kwambox.
Adios.